Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. Jason here bringing you today's video. So real fast, I don't want to make this too long for an intro, so I'm going to try and compress it. Thank you very much to our fans. Thank you very much to our patrons. Don't forget to check the links down below for links to today's book, any other applicable links. And don't forget to check the end of the videos for details on our contests. I'm going to be running a contest on the main channel, and I'm going to have a couple of contests on the Patreon, so don't forget to check that as well. Got a bunch of signed books and stuff that I want to give away. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. Don't forget to check those links down below, guys. Got more information down there. Catch you soon. So today's video, I want to talk about a series that I actually haven't talked about in a little while. There was a pretty big gap between books 1 and book 2, which is kind of surprising. It usually don't have quite such large gaps here. But I want to talk about Cass Hunter and his book Apocalypse Station 2. Now, 1 was really, really cool. It was really fascinating because we had this kind of your everyday office worker, office drone kind of guy that's just catching the subway, catching the train, whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden this train drops him off at a station, and basically it's almost another world, pocket dimension kind of thing, and all of a sudden he's entered this like lit RPG type of world. So it's weird. It takes kind of some of the system apocalypse tropes of just your normal everyday guy thrown into suddenly this system with stats and levels and magic, and having to navigate that and having to figure that out. Only this doesn't, necessarily end the world. It's just within this one little station. And then you take elements of a certain TV show that was on Netflix where you've got these games, these challenges, and these challenges enable you to grow in power. And theoretically, they promise that there's a way to leave the station, which is kind of the ultimate goal for most of the people. But now we have the main character, Asher. Now, in the first book, Asher kind of realized that he thrives in this kind of environment. He went from being this office drone to being this warrior, fighting for his life, and it suited him. It fit him. He made a few allies, a couple of allies here and there, and a couple of really strong fighters. He also made a few enemies. Now, he dealt with his enemies for the most part in book 1, but they're still kind of floating around, or some of the aftermath of that's floating around in book 2. And we still have more questions about what exactly are these stations. What is the station? Why are these challenges? What do they exist for? Can people actually escape the station? And if so, if people can escape the station, why would people come back? Because you're fighting for your life constantly. And we start learning a little bit more about that. We've got this kind of growing feud between Asher and these beings that are kind of controlling it, almost like the game masters, and with their uber powerful magic or technology. So we've got this little growing feud there, and Asher trying to stay within the rules. We're learning more again about the history of these stations and what they're there for, what they've been in the past, and if it's even possible to survive and get out of those. Then we've got more politics, because it's grown into, we've kind of coalesced into these groups. We've got the sort of evil group, which is killing other competitors just to gain their power. Then we've got the group that is kind of the mother hen, teacher type group that takes in new people to teach them and to help them, and they kind of, weaker people banding together for survival. Then you've kind of got your outliers, Asher and a couple of his allies that stay distant from everybody else, kind of do their own thing, but have their own morality, code of ethics. They will defend people. In fact, there's even stats for defending people, just like there's stats for killing people. Now, because of some of the politics in this feud between Asher and the game masters, sort of, this time around, now we've got new people coming into the station, so brand new, fresh fish, only they're being tied together with those that have already been there, and tied together in such a way that it's almost like a mentor type of thing, except that if the person you're mentoring dies, you die automatically. Now, if you die, your mentee won't die, aside from the lethality of whatever killed you, but you have to keep them alive. And they saddle Asher with 2, just to make it even harder for him. And of course, why should they trust him? Why should they believe him? Why should they do what he tells them to? And Asher has this strong mentality, strong belief in grow stronger, challenge yourself, push yourself. So he wants to challenge these people, and he wants to push them, but at the same time, if they die, he dies. So he's got to walk this fine line while also learning more about the station itself. There are areas he can't access. How does he access them? Can he gain access to them eventually? What exactly are these coins? Do they really get you out of the station? And throughout this, he learns more about previous stations and what may or may not have happened to them, how they may or may not have been destroyed, which then created the next station, and did anyone survive the destruction of those stations? And then near the tail end of the book, you get the massive revelations, the major revelations, exactly who Asher and all these other people are, why they in particular were the ones pulled to this station, so as to not it was done in such a way to not interrupt the timeline, because these stations appear to be able to move. You know, time is very, very fluid. They appear to be outside of time, where they can kind of go into the time stream in a way, in multiple dimensions or multiple possibilities, and pluck and pull and push and access. And the whys, the hows never really get understood, but the whys start to come up, and you start learning a lot more about it. And I find myself wondering if book 3 is even going to occur in a station. I mean, it's definitely going to start in a station, but whether or not it's going to remain in one. It's almost like Hunter is already starting to build out his full world and the full plot line that wasn't even hinted at in book 1, and starts getting hinted at and shown in book 2. Really fascinating, guys. There's no harem lit in this if that's your thing. Not going to find it in this, but just overall, as a lit RPG, it is an awesome book with a very, very unique premise that's a lot of fun. So guys, you guys got to check out Apocalypse Station. If you haven't read book 1, go read book 1. It's really good. Apocalypse Station book 2 by Cass Hunter. A lot of fun. Catch you guys next time. Bye now. Welcome back. So for our contests. So for the contest here on the main channel, I'm going to be running 2 contests for this month. The contest will end at the end of April. Just email me at reviewsin10@gmail.com. Put contest in the subject line so I do not skip past it. I do get a lot of emails. And I'm actually going to be running 2 contests. Email me for the first contest. Email me your suggestions for 4 categories of books. You don't have to send me 4 suggestions. Some people don't read certain categories, and that is certainly fine. Just email me your suggestions of books that I have not reviewed. Doesn't mean I haven't read them, but that I have not reviewed, in 4 genres: sci-fi, lit RPG, cultivation, and the harem lit. Of course, I'm missing fantasy, but that comes up a lot with cultivation and with lit RPG and with the harem lit, so I'm just kind of leaving that one out. And I will pick of my favorites out of that. I will pick a winner, and I have a signed copy of Advent 9 by T. Alan Horn, and that will be going to that winner. I do actually have a bunch of books for further contests as well, but it's a signed copy of Advent 9 by T. Alan Horn that I will send out to the winner. And the second contest going on the main channel is pick a book. Pick a book that you've read that I have not reviewed, and email me a quick little personal review. If you can talk me into reading that book, the winner of that one will receive a signed copy of J.J. Thorne's Apocalypse Assassin, right? Yeah, Apocalypse Assassin, which I've reviewed this one. I've also reviewed Advent 9. So again, put contest in the subject line, and if you're interested in maybe getting a complete set of Mickey Kare's or the Heavy Weight of It All book 1, also signed, check out our Patreon. I've got 2 contests that will be going on there as well. Thanks everybody. Hope you guys enjoy the videos, and don't forget to email me. Bye now.